back out to Turner Stadium, everybody. It's the Humble Wildcats taking on the Barbers Hill Eagles in this rainy afternoon affair. We appreciate all of you for listening to us here on TexanLive.com. Looking forward to a good afternoon. It'll definitely be an interesting one with the way the weather is. So far, you've seen all sorts of rain. It's been pouring. It lightened up for a minute. Then you saw it blowing in sheets. So we hope wherever you're listening to us, you're safe and dry. The captain's getting ready to meet at midfield for the coin toss. Of course, this one originally a 6 o'clock scheduled start, and pushed back to 1 due to the tropical front and hurricanes moving through.
Well, the one thing.
Telecast live and archived to be watched anytime later on the TexanLive.com network.
Well, the thing that you'll see here is they're going to go ahead. I'm not quite sure if Humble won and deferred, or whether they're just Barbers Hill won taking the ball, but Barbers Hill will get this ball first. So we're going to get this ball game started here. Rain has kind of come in bands, and there's a couple times that looking down there, a little hard to see the field. Window fogged up a little bit, but we're going to call it the best of our ability. Should be a fun game, and matter of seconds. And got the green light. Here we go. Ball game is underway.
Langler at the 8-yard line.
Going to be tackled there by number 25, Arian Johnson there.
Arian Johnson.
Ball going to return right there to about the 20.5. So that's where Barbers Hill will take over first and 10.
21-yard line.
Albert, I know you've seen Humble play a couple times this year too. You know they've got that strong defensive front, so we'll really see what happens this afternoon against this solid Barbers Hill offense.
Well, and this is a pride game right here. This is a game that both teams want to win. This separates, them in that situation where they're trying to both regain their strength in this district. And boy, what a good district it is, and we'll talk more about that as the program goes along here. Handoff straight up the middle there, breaking a tackle. He's got one man to beat. He's in a foot race right there, still breaking a tackle. Going to be brought down right there by number 7, Carl Jordan. That was a touchdown saving tackle there.
And it's like, you just can't. You're going to slip and slide around this turf, especially on the defensive side of the ball. It's going to be tough to make tackles, make plays like that. It's definitely going to be an interesting game, to say the least.
Should be that. This is one of the deals, though, where the defense is kind of on their heels. Not that they're on their heels ever against the run team, but with it wet, you got to be real careful, make sure you not only keep your footing, but you don't slip and let a man slide by you there for a long gain, just like that. Ball placed out 37. Hill gets ready here, looks under, steps up under center, takes a snap there, read option, handed off straight up the middle there. Gain about 2 yards.
Nice play up the middle, number 34, Sean Wilkins on the stop for the Wildcats.
Brought down by number 33 for the Wildcats, Isaiah Longino, along with number 34, Deshaun Wilkins. Gain of 2 on the play, second down and 8. Ball spotted at the 35-yard line.
Back to the line of scrimmage here. One receiver each side, pistol formation. Jet sweep out here. Got a block out front. Got that outside, but what a nice job there by number 28. He'll have to come off the field for one play. That was Roderick Davis there, and he had a bunch of yards right there. Nice job by Davis, knifing through that block and making an open field tackle there.
And Humble really does. We've got the privilege of calling their games about 3-4 times this year. They're really good at open field tackles. They're really good at bringing down the ball.
3rd and 5 for your Eagles.
3rd down and 5 for Barbers Hill. Ball spotted in Wildcat territory at the 32-yard line.
Backside handoff right there, big hole up the middle right there. Still on his feet, going to be brought down right around the 5. But Jacob Rogers did a nice job there. Kind of that trap play to the backside. You know, all the motion goes to the right, appears to be a sweep, and then you hand off backside trap. And, oh, what a big hole that offensive line created right there.
That's a good job by them. So far, the offensive line winning that battle in the trenches against this tough, humble defensive front.
Power formation. Everybody bunched in here for Barbers Hill. Quick pitch right there. Cuts back, and there's nothing there. Number 45 there hits him about 3 yards in the backfield. He'll be lucky to get back in the line of scrimmage.
Cameron Washington, number 45, on the stop of number 22 Lions. Working toward the goal line. No gain on the play. Ball
Seemed like that
remains at
rain
the
letting up
5-yard
just
line.
briefly
Second
here.
and goal.
But like you said, Bert, it's going to come in bands. Unfortunately, we saw it pour down here right as the ball game started.
Well, I think pouring down would be a little light. It was almost coming down sideways whipping, but hey, it is what it is. No lightning, and we're playing football. Jet sweep out there right. Got a blocker, going to be close. He's going to get in, and that's going to be a Barbers Hill touchdown right there. Nice job right there of knowing where the pylon was.
Jacob Rogers, number 18.
Rogers there.
On that
Really working hard there to make
zone.
sure he got that edge, which he did, and then turning north and south and finishing off that run for a touchdown. So that's going to put the Eagles up 6-0 here. 8:30 to go in the first.
Number 14.
It was a great job also by his receiver on the outside, making that key block that led to the touchdown.
Castillo's
Snap down, kick up, and good. And with 8:30 remaining here in the first quarter, score now, Barbers Hill 7, Humble Wildcats 0.
On the board.
Allspa's is so much more than Ace Hardware. Sure, we have nuts and bolts, lawn and garden, faucets and fixtures, lights and locks, even outdoor cooking. But Allspa's is also a boutique, featuring the finest names in jewelry and home accessories. But most importantly, Allspa's is a friendly, helpful family of people who take pride in their products and services. Allspa's is Ace Hardware, and so much more.
Brown, number 3,
we're back
along with
here.
number 5, Jeremiah Hatfield goes deep.
Nice first drive, or opening drive by the Barbers Hill Eagles. Bird, you saw him just run the ball straight down the Wildcats' throat.
Yeah, Marco Castillo here will do the kicking duties for the Eagles.
And back deep, number 5, going to be Jeremiah Hartfield and the deadly return man of Terrio Brown. These guys are a great combination. They've run back a couple amount of kicks this year. So we'll see what the Eagles' plan is on this kickoff.
Well, he kicks it off right there, built around the 14.
At the 14
Good coverage right there by the Eagles, but still going to return the ball up to about 22, Brown does. So that's where the Wildcats will have their first possession here in this ball game.
Of course, the Wildcats, you need to go down the field and score quickly here.
Ball spotted at the
You got a
22-yard
deadly
line.
running back in Terrio Brown. We know he's dangerous in space. And your lead target on the outside, Jeremiah Hartfield, and of course the good man that can get to him, Marion McIntosh, the quarterback and the leader of this Wildcat offense.
Marion McIntosh on
Hands
the
off right there, and he
handoff.
bounces offside.
Terrio
Gets
Brown
that
on the
edge right
carry.
there, still on his feet. Going to
Terrio
pick up
Brown
about
to
2
the
yards in a play that
25-yard
looked like
line.
he was actually going to lose about 3.
Brought down
So
by number 12.
that's what you're talking about.
Riley
Boy, kept
Martin.
his feet moving, continue to bounce outside.
Gain
He
of
got
2
that
on the
edge
board.
right there. There was some big
Second
yards
down,
ahead
8.
of him.
And that's what
Ball
Brown's good
spotted
at. He's good at
the
bouncing the ball out to the
24-yard
right
line.
and the left and picking up those extra yards. He's really good at cutting the ball back too. Look for that this afternoon.
Here we go. McIntosh in the gun. Ball snap right there. It looked like that was going to be a direct snap. That's just going to be a play that is blown up from the start. That ball was actually supposed to be a direct snap to Brown. Must have been a little slippery. Ball bounced back to him, and that's going to set the Wildcats in a situation now where they're going to have a 3rd down and 14. That's not what this offense was looking for.
That's not what you want on your first drive, but there's the first, I don't know how to put this, there's the first delay the weather's caused so far, the first mistake. That may add up today as the game goes on and the rain keeps pouring down.
McIntosh hands off to Brown right there. Got a little hole, but man, backside pursuit right there. And the ball is fumbled. And it looks like the Barbers Hill Eagles come up with it. Yes, they do. That was number 6. Seth Matthews there coming up with that ball. That's right there the downside. When you have a running back like Brown, he's going to try to make something happen. That's just what he does. That's what makes him so dynamic. But in a wet game, you got to remember, you're going to have backside pursuit. And guess what they're going to be doing? Ripping that ball as hard as they can. And that ball becomes awful slick. And right there's a perfect example. Popped out. And just like that, Barbers Hill takes over at the 19-yard line here on their second possession.
Somehow the Wildcat offense Wildcat defense got to figure out a way to make a play here. You don't want to get into a 14-0 hole.
Takes snap there, drops back, looking downfield, nothing there. Got a little outside right there. Mayde got a seam out there. He does. And he's going to completely reverse field right there. All the momentum, as you saw, went to the right side. But that's where backside pursuit, that defensive end out there has got to make sure he keeps backside pursuit so that if he does reverse field like that, he turns it back into his linebackers to where all the help is. And great run right there, picking up about 11 yards. That was number 10, Skylar Langler there, the quarterback, and showed some speed there getting that outside edge.
And a great block also on the inside by his left tackle, Jacob Rincon, 6'3", 265.
Power eye formation, handoff straight up the middle right there, and I think he's going to get in, and yes, he is.
9-yard carry.
Braden.
Number 85, Hunter Gilbert.
Oh, I apologize. That was 85, not 25, so nice job by him of getting in right there.
Extra point try, your holder, number 14, Blake Fountain. Castillo in extra point
leads to a
formation.
touchdown. Here's the snap on the PAT. Kick is up and good.
Castillo's kick up and
Now with
good.
6:25 remaining here in the first quarter.
And with 6:25
Yeah, touchdown
remaining in this
sponsor,
first quarter,
Allspaws Ace
Eagles
Hardware,
now with
and
14
I'm Bert Brocker.
on
My
the
name's
board.
Forrest Cox. You're listening to us here on
Texan Dodge,
TexanLive.com.
located in Humble ISD.
Allspaws is so much more than Ace Hardware. Sure, we have nuts and bolts, lawn and garden, faucets and fixtures, lights and locks, even outdoor cooking. But Allspaws is also a boutique featuring the finest names in jewelry and home accessories. But most importantly, Allspaws is a friendly, helpful family of people who take pride in their products and services. Allspaws is Ace Hardware, and so much more.
I'm Danny Sullivan.
And welcome back out here today. It's the Barbers Hill Eagles 14, the Wildcats 0. Wildcats turned the ball over inside their own territory, led to a Barbers Hill touchdown. And the weather already starting to play a factor into today's game. A botched snap and a turnover here in the first quarter. Better be careful. This one could get out of hand really quickly, especially the way Barbers Hill's been able to run the football.
Look like we may be having an attack of the birds right there. I see a bunch of birds flying down here in front of us. So, ball falls off the tee right here. Marco Castillo will go put it back on the tee. Going to take about a 6-yard from where the ball set down here for his kickoff, and he is going to boot this one away. High kick, short, going to be fielded right there. Bobbled a little bit, but picked up, still on his feet. But man, what great coverage by the Eagles. You know, this is where you've got those high-profile type kickoff returners back there. But, I mean, literally, I guess that's where that high kick comes into play, and then a little bit of bobble there by, you know, Jeremiah Hartfield. Ball to be placed right at 21. And that's where the Wildcats will take over their second possession here. But like you said, Forrest, can't let this game get out of hand here. Need to methodically or big play, however you're going to do it, figure out some way to move this ball down the field right here and get a score.
Wildcats are really good about running those fade routes. They'll take shots deep. I've seen them do that quite a few times this year.
McIntosh pitches back right there.
McIntosh on the pitch to Brown.
Brown's got nowhere to go.
Down the backfield by
And that's where that reversing field right there, it looks great if you see him break around and get a bunch of yards, but what was about a 3-yard loss is going to turn into 11-yard loss. So that ball's now going to be placed down on the 10-yard line. And, you know, if you're the Humble Wildcats, this is definitely not the offensive start or defensive start of how you wanted to see this ball game going.
Not at all. Just like you said, though, you got to be careful about where you're running the ball right there. Don't want to go backwards.
Takes a snap, rolls out the right, got pressure, gets around that man. Going to fire downfield, and that ball's going to be picked off. It is picked off.
Pass intercepted by number 10, Skylar Langler.
Skylar Langler there on the pick. And, you know, that's a ball. McIntosh, that play started out, had big-time pressure on him, managed to get around a man and not give up a safety, and then, you know, force the ball downfield there. That's where you typically throw that ball away and live another day. But, you know, that's one of those situations where, you know, you just really down here in the red zone now. Barbers Hill, third possession, first two they scored touchdowns, take over right here. They're going to move their power formation over here to the right side. Quick pitch out here. Got a little hole right there. He's got one man to beat. And he's going to make it down to about the 2-yard line. That was number 22, Morton Lyons there with that run. Man, this offensive line and receivers are opening up big holes for the running back. I know I probably couldn't run through them before, so I think you could run through some of these holes tonight.
Just maybe. I may have a little bit of speed still left in the tank. It's been a long time, though.
And goal at the 2-yard line.
And when he says a long time, he means 5 years. I'll be 5-0 this year, so I got a little longer time ahead of you. Here we go, power I formation. Handoff straight up the middle right there, and they're going to give him the touchdown. He reaches out before his knee hit the ground.
Number 85, Eagles score.
And we're going to apologize. Number 85 is not on the roster, so that's his second touchdown. So we're going to have to figure out who that is, but nice job by him right there as a fullback position, just reaching out at the last second and getting the ball over. Here's the snap, hold, kicks on the way. And just like that, Barbers Hill Eagles 21, Wildcats nothing. Like always, Allspa's Ace Hardware. Thank you for being our touchdown sponsor this year, and we'll go to break.
Allspa's is so much more than Ace Hardware. Sure, we have nuts and bolts, lawn and garden, faucets and fixtures, lights and locks, even outdoor cooking. But Allspa's is also a boutique, featuring the finest names in jewelry and home accessories. But most importantly, Allspa's is a friendly, helpful family of people who take pride in their products and services. Allspa's is Ace Hardware, and so much more.
And welcome back out to Turner Stadium. Score, Barbers Hill 21, Humble 0.
Daryl Brown, number 3, and
remaining
number
here
5, Jeremiah Hartfield.
in the first quarter, and another Wildcat turnover. Interception this time leads to another Barbers Hill rushing touchdown. Very tough to stop that Barbers Hill run game this afternoon. But somehow, some way, Wildcats have to figure out something to get something going, as you got Brown and Hartfield back deep to return.
Here we go again, short kick. That ball's going to be fielded right there, and that's one he should have let go because they'd had the ball at the 30 instead of the 20. But your instincts are natural. Go catch the ball. Bryson Jackson there fielded that ball, and then momentum took him out of bounds right there.
Out of bounds. Ball at the 21-yard line. Wildcats will work first and 10.
The kicker
For
Marco
47
Castillo
remaining in
for
this first
the
quarter.
Eagles doing a good job on these kickoffs so far. And they pinned them deep every time, 20-yard line, 80 yards to go for a score.
Handoff right there to Brown. Bouncing around. Got a little hole right there.
Brown, number
Still
3,
on his
Brown,
feet.
pile drive
He's going to
all
pick
the
up
way out
about
to
8
about
yards
the
right there.
27-yard line.
He's definitely a scat back. He looked like a pinball down there bouncing around, and backside pursuit actually was what tackled him. So ball going to be placed down. We'll call it the 28-yard line. Bring up the second down and long 2, short 3.
For maybe a play to Hardfield here on this drive.
Handoff right there, got pressure. Brown bottled up there in the backfield. He's going to go backwards about a yard. So instead of third and too long, instead of second and too long, now you're going to have third down and 3.5. So, this offensive line's got to find some way to get a helmet on helmet and give this defense a breather. They have been on the field most of this first quarter tonight. Rolls out, got a little time, flag on the ground. Wow, that's going to be about a 10-yard loss right there.
17, 18-yard line.
McIntosh going to be taken down at the 17. Let's see what the flag is. Going to be against the Wildcats. And so this is going to be the third 3 and out. So Wildcats will send their punter out here.
Flag on the play.
You said something earlier on the second down play, the give to Brown. You just saw McIntosh just slip and fall on his back. That field is already getting awfully slick down there. Both these sides better watch out here for the remainder of this ball game, and it's still really early. No telling what the weather could factor into.
Well, that's the thing. You saw the Wildcats fall in a deep hole against Crosby and then fight their way back in this game. So it's not like they can't come back. But this offense so far has not, if I'm not mistaken, have they picked up a first down yet?
3 and out every time. You're exactly right.
That's not a good punt. That's off the side of his foot. Ball going to bounce around the 37-yard line and go out there. So I'm Bert Brocker.
My name's Forrest Cox. You're listening to us here on Texan Live.
Register for your sports performance program online at cesperformance.com. CES Performance offers multi-month memberships and team training. Baseline performance testing included with every athletic development program. Schedule your athletic evaluation at CES Performance at no cost or commitment. Be prolific at cesperformance.com.
All right, here we go. Wing T formation here. Ball placed on the 37, 1st and 10. This will be the 4th possession here for the Eagles. Still in the first period. Eagles up 21-0, 2:49 to go here. Handoff right up the middle right there. And linebacker, that was number 45 crashing in right there. He did a nice job of Cameron Washington blowing that play up in the backfield. That's going to be a yard loss there. Bring up, they give him about a half-yard loss. So bring up second down. We'll call it 10.5.
And that's the Wildcat front 7 that I know can make the plays. They just got to figure out a way to force either a 3 or a 4 and out, as Barber Hill already in that no man's land as far as punting goes. But somehow or another, you got to get your offense onto the field.
Got Langler here. Rolls out, read option. Got a little seam right there. Nice job on backside pursuit right there by number 44, Langston Tunson there. What a nice job, not giving up on that play, coming all the way from the left side of the field, tracking that play down. And what a play that looked like maybe 8, 10, 12 yards. He did a great job of making a backside tackle there and only allowing we'll call it a 2-yard gain. Bring up 3rd down and 8 here. So like you said, kind of in no man's land, probably 4-down territory, up 21-0. Eagles run up, straight up, got the powerhouse formation straight ahead here. Fake handoff, got a man wide open, and that the Wildcats are very, very fortunate. Quarterback should have took a little more time. Langler had a man wide open there and just flat threw it behind him. So Wildcats dodge a bullet. We're wrong. It's not no man's land. Eagles coach says punt team go right off the bat. But this is where the Wildcats still have to be a little careful. Make sure that, they don't fake it here. Give up a free first down here. And they're making all kind of shifts here. Let's see what they do here. Looks like they're going to take a delay of game here, so I'm not quite sure what that formation was. It kind of looked like one of those, hey, let's move a whole bunch of people around, see if we can make Humble take a timeout. More importantly, get them uncomfortable, jump off sides. Not the case. Very disciplined Wildcat defense there, and that'll back them up to the 40. So now they're clearly in punt formation.
Of course, play clock's not on here in the end zone, so
it's
not necessarily a guess on the delay of game calls. It's just do your best judgment, think how much time you have left. A little more of a thinking game this afternoon.
That's number 3, Terry O'Brien.
Brown back here. Ball's going to be a short kick and bounce backwards. That ball's going to come back to about the 19-yard line, so that will give the Wildcats, considering where he was punting from, the 41, that's only going to be a 22-yard punt. Net. Wildcats will take over first and 10. Ball going to be placed right there at the 19-yard line. And once again, first stop of the game, settle down a little bit there. Eagles started out with great field position. I'm like, man, this is a bad place to be. Wildcats defense settled down here, got trips out to right. One man out here to the left. McIntosh in the pistol, moving people around. Hands off to Brown, straight up the middle there. He's going to pick up about 4 yards right there, bring out second down and 6. And, as the old coach would say, give me 4 yards of carry in a rainy, wet game, and Brocker will be in a good place at the end of the game. Let's keep the defense off the field. Let's continue to keep that clock running and pick up first down. That's exactly what he did right there. Trips to the left, takes the snap, going to be a flare pass out there to Brown. Brown's got a little hole in that speed, and that right there shows you how quick Brown can be. Got that outside. Great block downfield there by his wide receiver, and that freed him up. Looked like that was number 5, Jeremiah Hartfield out there getting the seal block and allowing him to pick up about 12 yards there. Trips out here to the left. Takes a snap, hand off Brown straight up the middle right there. And there's that middle, boy. So far, running has been at best mediocre. That defensive line for the Eagles has absolutely bottled up that middle. Only going to allow a yard pickup right there.
Caleb Fuentes on the stop there for Barbers Hill.
Here we go. Trips out here to the left, one to the right. McIntosh and Brown moves Brown over to his right side. Takes a snap, fakes the handoff, looking downfield. Got a man there, just overthrows him. Thought that was going to be holding right there. Little late flag, but the good news is they got it right. It looked like he clearly had broke free there. And, probably a great play by the defense right there. Realized that was a touchdown. And then Hartfield had absolutely got past. He had a good 2 steps. He reached out. And the flag was a little late, but I believe that's how your first quarter is going to end. Let's see what they do here. Make sure that I read the flag correctly.
And, Bert, just like you said, though, Hartfield and Brown both have fantastic speed.
Well, they're talking about it. Was that ball catchable? And I don't know on holding, pass interference. Let's see what they do here. Going to call holding. That's the correct call. He clearly did grab holding. The ball was in the air, but you still can't grab the receiver. So good call right there. 5 yards, automatic first down. Ball going to be placed down now at the 45.
run time.
I believe everybody agreed with me. That will end your first quarter here. So, Eagles 21, Wildcats nothing. I'm Bert Brocker.
My name's Forrest Cox. You're listening to us here on TexanLive.com.
At Cavenders, we don't just wear the West, we live it.
I live for a good run.
I live for the crowd.
My scar.
Well, I guess you can't end the quarter on
The short round.
a penalty, so Wildcats will get one more play here. Handoff there to Brown, nothing there. He's going to actually be stuck there for a 3-yard loss.
2-yard line. Ends the first quarter.
And now we're at the end of first quarter. I'm Bert Brocker.
My name's Forrest Cox. We'll be right back here on Texan Live.
At Cavenders, we don't just wear the West, we live it.
I live for a good run.
I live for the crowd.
My scar.
7 flat in the short round. My face.
Working with my partner.
8 seconds, nothing less.
Rooting for the bull.
Cavenders. Don't just wear it, live it.
Cerna is a local family-owned business located right on Will Clayton and a one-stop shop for your home, auto, liability, and business insurance needs. Please stop in or give us a call at 281-812-9775. We're also proud to support all of the Humble ISD athletes.
And welcome back out to Turner Stadium. It's the Barbers Hill Eagles 21, the Humble Wildcats 0. Get ready to begin your second quarter. Here's Bert Rocker with play-by-play.
All right, McIntosh here in the gun. Trips out here to the left, trips to the right. Got pressure.
McIntosh.
He was outside the pocket right there. So instead of being third down, nice job by McIntosh here, being aware of where he was at, throwing that ball forward and saving the loss of down and intentional grounding.
Smart play by McIntosh. He is a very smart quarterback. Makes some good decisions out there, and especially in this rainy weather, you don't want to throw that ball anywhere dangerously that could slip out of your hands. Just kind of shovel it out of bounds, and there you go.
Like Forrest said earlier, we do not have a play clock, so a little bit of a disadvantage here. McIntosh in the pistol, Brown back there with him. Takes the snap. Going to be a delayed draw right there. But, man, the Eagles' defense was not fooled at all. Only going to gain about a yard on that. Number 15 right there. That would be Hunter Blystone there. He stayed home. And that talks about that stay home. He did a nice job there. Just dropping back about 3 yards into coverage. Realized it was a draw. And then came up, kept him inside of him. Made an open field tackle there for a very short gain.
In deep punt formation, number 5, Jeremiah Hartfeld.
Punt's on the way. Ball's going to land about the 35, but get a Wildcat bounce. And this, I believe, will be probably the worst starting field position outside of the first one, you know, that the actual Eagles have had. 11:08 to go here. Second quarter, Eagles up 21-0. And you look at this saying, this is the kind of place, field position, where Wildcats need to get some form of a turnover. I don't care how it happens. They need a pick. They need to strip the ball. And they need something positive to get them back mentally in this ball game right here.
And they are very capable of that. Seen them do that several times this year when they need it.
Langler takes the snap, hands off number 85 right there. He's going to gain about 3 yards. Bring up a 2nd down and 7.
Cameron Washington on the stop for the Wildcats.
Cameron Washington. No gain on the play. Make that a gain of 3 yards on the play.
All right, offense hurries up to the line of scrimmage here. Acts like they're going to run a play. It's kind of the new norm in high school football. Get up there, either run a play on first sound or look over the coaches. Gets the play in here. Langler here under center. Got back in time. Langler has the ball right there. Big time pursuit again. That was number 25, Braden Foster. There, that's going to be about a 4-yard loss.
Lost back to the original line of scrimmage. Gonna bring up a 3rd and 10 for the Eagles.
Going to be a 3rd and 10 now here for the Eagles.
Make that the 25-yard line.
Well, this kid has a pretty good name, Hunter Gobert. I'm Burt Brocker, of course. Rolls out here, got a man wide open right there. Once again, wet ball comes into play. That's a play that I can guarantee you almost Langler could, makes a strike there, but instead going to bring up 4th down. So Forrest set it before the possession started. The Wildcats needed something positive to happen, and they definitely got that.
And they've done a good job this season. Really when they need it, they can get off the field. They're capable of it. So good job there making the stand. Now, Brown's got to figure out a way if this punts to him a spark.
Yeah.
Something's got to happen.
I don't like him that far back, but maybe I'm wrong, and I am. That ball's going to go all the way to him. Fielded at the 35 right there. Looking right there. Going to be a block in the back, and more importantly, blocked him right into him. So instead of getting great field possession being around the 35, we'll have to see what all these penalties are. Multiple flags on the field, but I got a feeling they're both going to be blocking in the back.
Bert, once again, how about the special teams coverage on punt and on kickoffs of Barbers Hill? They're doing a fantastic job of that tonight.
Well, and what a punt right there. That's one of those punts that, you felt like with the ball wet, you're going to get really good field possession as a Wildcats fan. And, of course, the official audio and video provider this year for Humble Independent School District. We cover every game here. Football, we're going to be covering some volleyball. We've got basketball. This is what we do. This is what Texan Live is. We cover Humble Independent School District, New Caney, Katy, Pearland, and then Summerside Fair, Spring, and we cover all over the city of Houston, and we'll talk more about that after this play. McIntosh in the pistol here, takes the snap, hands off to Brown right there up the middle. He's going to gain about 3 yards right there, but even where there looked like there was a hole right there, that interior linebacker job did a nice job there. That was number 43 right there. Caleb Jones crashing in there and did a nice job of what appeared to be going to be a 5, 6, 8 yard play. Instead, it's a 1 yard gain. McIntosh here, 2 receivers on both sides. Brown in the backfield with him. Fakes the handoff, got a little time, fires over the middle there, and didn't set his feet, got in a hurry and threw that ball behind his intended receiver there. Deshaun Anderson was the intended receiver there.
Number 17.
This defensive front seven for the Eagles doing a fantastic job getting there to McIntosh and getting to Brown on run plays as well. Really a stout defensive front seven for Barbers Hill.
Kind of sounded like a broke record, but boy, Wildcats need to find some way to pick up 9 yards here and move the chains. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, got a little time. Now got big time pressure right there, still on his feet, breaking tackles, and gonna go down for about a 14-yard loss. And that's actually be about 11 yards. But once again, when you have playmakers, their brain and their mindset is to do exactly what he did there, try to extend the play. But unfortunately, McIntosh could not find a way to escape all of the pressure he had there. And now it's going to bring up a 4th down, and we'll just say 1.5 miles. Ball placed at the 12-yard line.
Presents at number 13 in deep punt formation. 24.
Jesse Wolf, our producer, said it was 1.25 miles. So good punt right here. Fair catch call. Ball taken at the 35. And that's where the Eagles will take over here, 1st and 10. So 8:01 to go here in the second. Wildcats defense is stiffened up. Big task for them again to try to figure out some way to get out of here on this possession, only down 21-0, because offense has really struggled tonight at picking up first downs. And, this offense can get hot in a hurry, but, you only want to dig a hole so deep for yourself.
And you're in a pretty deep one, down 21 points right now. I mean, it's still manageable, but the defense has got to keep playing out there.
Langler bringing them out.
Langler here takes a receiver in motion, pitch out there to number 22, cuts back to the inside, going to gain about 3 yards right there. That was Morgan Lyons there with the carry.
Number 9.
As we were talking, the Houston High School Football Wrap-Up Show, presented by TexanDrive.com. Last night, what a match right here out of this district. New Caney taking Crosby to overtime. Crosby winning that game 42-35. But I'm going to tell you what, Coach Reardon and his crew knew they were in a ball game last night. Handoff, no he doesn't. Read option here, got a little room out there, cuts back to the inside, and he's going to score. Nice job right there. That's called a read option. Langler did a great job there, getting everybody to crash inside, and then he made the decision to keep it on his own, cuts back to the inside, untouched in for about a 38-yard touchdown run right there, 35-yard touchdown run.
And I'm really impressed with this Barbers Hill run game. It's incredibly executed, to say the least. All the running backs, the quarterbacks, everybody doing a fantastic job running the ball so far.
Good snap, good hold, kicks on the way. That one goes through. Eagles 28, Wildcats nothing, 7:17 to go here in the first half. I'm Bert Brocker.
My name's Forrest Cox. You're listening to us here on TexanLive.com.
Allspa's is so much more than Ace Hardware. Sure, we have nuts and bolts, lawn and garden, faucets and fixtures, lights and locks, even outdoor cooking. But Allspa's is also a boutique featuring the finest names in jewelry and home accessories. But most importantly, Allspa's is a friendly, helpful family of people who take pride in their products and services. Allspa's is Ace Hardware, and so much more.
Welcome back out to Turner Stadium.
Well, the good news is Texan Live has been part of this district. We started out right out front, me, John Lopez. It was called the Talk of the Tailgate from Texan Plaza. Brought a TV crew out here, shot a 30-minute show, and then we aired it a week later. As we started looking at content and the fact of what was going on, guess what? A week later, everything's delayed. Next year, went out, Chuck Licata, KMAX Sports, came down, helped me understand how to stream games. Thought, this is it. This is where we want to go. Then Fox Sports Southwest, during the playoffs last year, hired us, sub-licensed contract with them, did football, basketball, baseball, softball, built a great relationship with them, got to communicating with them, and that's how, after this kickoff, which ball falls off there, the Houston High School Football Wrap-Up Show on Fox Sports Southwest. It's every Friday night, 11 to midnight. Howard Chin, Teddy J, 3-time Super Bowl champ, Courtney Rowland from Rivals, and Courtney Madden from TexanLive.com started a program, and that one he lets go out of bounds. Nice job right there. That's something we wanted to see earlier. Hartfield looked at that ball, realized it was going out of bounds, did not touch it. So now they got a decision. Take the ball at the 30 or make them re-kick. Let's see what they're going to do here. But this high school football show, like I said, our two big games of the week last night were New Caney and Crosby, and what a 5A game it was. I mean, it literally went down the wire. You can go back to TexanLive.com. Every game we do, just like this one, it's archived. It's free. It doesn't cost you a dime. And that's why all of our local sponsors, Tin Roof, Cerna Insurance, Allspa's Ace Hardware, Danny Sullivan, Sullivan Paint and Auto. It's just Memorial Herman. It's just amazing what everybody does to help be able to bring this product for free, but more importantly, we archive to keep it there. Hand off to Brown right there. Got a little seam. Brown's going to pick up about 5 yards right there. So nice run by him, being patient, bouncing the outside, finding a little edge there, kicking on the jets and picking up 5 yards. Bring up a 2nd down and 5, ball on the 40. But, you know, when you're out there, if you're in the market for insurance, CERN Insurance right here, if you're in the market for one of your kids accidentally dings a car or you ding a car, Sullivan's Paint and Body is family owned and operated. Danny Sullivan. That's a handoff straight up the middle there. Ball going to go down right around the 39, so bring up a 3rd down and 1 here for the Wildcats. Make sure you support Rick Allspall's Ace Hardware, right over off of Westlake, Houston. And, of course, Tin Roof right here in Atascocita. And we just picked up Panera Bread, Atascocita location, with any Humble victory, which last night there was. You can go in there and you get a 10% discount off of anything you purchase. So, you know, Rick, it's just unbelievable. Rick and Dorothy Allspall from Allspall's Ace Hardware. And then, of course, you've got Keith Isabel with Panera Bread. You've got Pete and Martha CERN over here with CERN Insurance. You've got Memorial Herman Northeast with Heath Rushing and his crew, and there's a big one there. And, you know, and it's just what it's all about, giving back to our local community. And that's the nice part about what we're doing here. I know that was long-winded. Here we go. McIntosh takes the snap, looks downfield, got one man right there in his face, tries to go downfield, and that ball is going to be picked off right there by number 12. Morton's still on his feet. That ball is going to be returned all the way back to the 33-yard line. That is a ball, once again, double coverage down here. Really confused with why he threw that ball up right there. Looked like a play had been better off just to run forward, pick up 6-7 yards. But he did have a man clear there. But when you're talking about in the rain throwing the ball 55 yards in the air, you better have one big arm.
And you're exactly right there. I mean, I don't know if you're trying to make something happen. I mean, you're down 28-0, but either way, just like you said, in the rain, you can't throw that ball. You got to know better. And I'm bragging on McIntosh earlier for his smarts.
Yeah, you can't throw that ball anytime. That is a ball right there that, you know, you've got to make the decision. Double coverage downfield, 4 or 5 yards, break a tackle, could turn into a huge gain, but you've got to run that ball upfield. And that's where, as you look as teams that get better and better each week, that's a ball back I can guarantee you he wished he had. Right here, drops back, going to throw it up. And that ball was almost picked off. 2 defenders right there ran into each other. And that's one that the Wildcats, I thought, had for sure.
So, Brandon Jackson, Jeremiah Hartfield just kind of collide. One of them would have made the play had they not run into each other.
Yep, want to jump on the Langler bus because I know I just was on McIntosh. Same thing right there. Threw that ball up into, I don't know, maybe in triple coverage there. Very, very fortunate, though, that ball was not picked off. Langer up under center. Power out right formation here. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, read option, keeps himself. Going to pick up about 4 yards right there. Bring up a 3rd down and 6.
It's Cameron Washington on the play for the Wildcats. Called his name a couple times tonight. Doing a good job stopping the run. Just like we talked earlier, Bert, though, somehow, some way, Wildcats got to find a way to get off the field here and get that offense going.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and stick my neck out on the line. If they don't lose any yards here and move forward at all, I for sure believe this is 4-down territory for the Eagles.
Timeout called, Eagles.
All right, you heard me talking about Tin Roof Barbecue earlier. They are our timeout sponsor. I'm Bert Brocker.
My name is Forrest Cox. You're looking at us here on TexanLive.com.
If you want a real authentic Texas barbecue, you need to come to Tin Roof. We've been doing barbecue for 12 years, and we're just a little mom and pop barbecue joint. Everything is cooked fresh here. We have brisket, sausage, chicken that's cooked fresh every day, ribs cooked fresh every day. We have the world's best turkey, and and then we do like 15 side dishes, and the side dishes are all from scratch. On Friday and Saturday night, we have live music. We'll have a band playing outside. So if you get a chance, come by and see me.
Eagles work 3rd and 6 and 29-yard line.
Here we go, Langler up under center, moving people around. 2-man in motion there at the same time, no flag. Backside trap right there, and that play is lit up. Nice job there by number 44.
Diving in there,
That's big number. That's Langston Tunson there. Nice job of staying home, because that's that counter trap on the backside. They run everything to the right, comes back, across the field. But looks like I was right. I guess I stuck my neck out, and it was a good place to do it. 4th and we'll call it a long 4 here, and the Eagles keep their offense on the field, up 28-0. 4 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Powerhouse formation, everybody bunched up. There we go, power formation right there, and he's going to be stopped short. That's going to be a turnover on downs right there, and that's what the Wildcats were looking for. So nice job by them, and that was just a straightforward jailhouse break right there, north and south. And Wildcats defense did a nice job of bottling that up, stopping them about a yard short. So 3:37 to go, plenty of time. Need a moral victory here. Need to go down and get some kind of points here to get on the board.
You got to do something somehow or another. Marion McIntosh, Terrio Brown, Jeremiah Hartfield, the 3 key guys on this Humble Wildcat offense have got to figure out a way to make some sort of play. I know it's raining. I know it's tough. Just do something. Figure out some way. As you said, it's a moral victory. That's what it is. Going to halftime knowing at least you've done something.
So we got McIntosh here, pistol formation, directing traffic around him. Brown back there with him. Brings a man in motion. Hands the ball off right there. Block out there by his wide receiver. Going to be dragged down about the 22-yard line. So going to give him about 3 yards right there, and actually going to be tackled at the 27-yard line. Bring up a 2nd down and 7. But, man, the speed. I'm really, really surprised with the record of this Barber Hills team, because their speed has been really impressive here, because I know without doubt the Wildcats got a ton of speed. And so far on plays it look like they're going to get the edge and potentially run for a big play. Even in this wet field, the defense is getting there. So here we go, 2 out the left, 1 to the right. McIntosh takes the snap. Going to fire it downfield right there. Got a man. Nice pass right there. Good job by him throwing back shoulder. That ball is brought down in this wet field by Jeremiah Hartfield. And that ball is going to be placed at the 43. Gets out of bounds, 3:20 to go. Plenty of time. Wildcats still have all 3 timeouts. This is where, and this goes to what we're saying, outside of a couple mistakes, this game really could be 14-0 right now. Wildcats need to get on the board here. Quick snap. Hand off to Brown, straight up the middle there. Going to barely get back to the line of scrimmage. They may give him 1 here.
For about 2 yards on that carry.
That was number 16, Clay Belliard, on the stop
Brought down by Clay
for the Eagles.
Ballard, number 16, along with Tyler.
Ball placed at the 42 here. McIntosh looking around here. In the gun, drops back. Going to fire again deep right here. Just going to be out of the reach right there. Same play, just a little bit. And that's one of those balls that, it's a matter of inches. And that right there was about a half a yard long. Other words, another big play right there.
And that's what football is, though, Bert. You know that as good as I do. You played it. Football is a game of inches. Right off, just about 4 or 5 inches off the tips of his fingertips. That's how the game goes.
Any given Sunday, Wildcats will take a timeout here. Of course, once again, 10 Roof Barbecue right there in Atascocita is our timeout sponsor this year. Thank y'all for joining us. I'm Bert Brocker.
My name's Forrest Cox. You're listening to us here live on Texan Live.
If you want a real authentic Texas barbecue, you need to come to Tin Roof. We've been doing barbecue for 12 years, and we're just a little mom and pop barbecue joint. Everything is cooked fresh here. We have brisket, sausage, chicken that's cooked fresh every day, ribs cooked fresh every day. We have the world's best turkey, and then we do like 15 side dishes, and the side dishes are all from scratch. On Friday and Saturday night we have live music. We'll have a band playing outside. So if you get a chance, come by and see me.
Well, Forrest, 3rd and 9. You know, what do you do here if you don't pick this up? Because the ball is at the 42-yard line. You naturally mentally down 28-0, 3 timeouts. You've got to believe either go for it all or try to pick up at least 4 or 5 of this to make it manageable. Fake handoff right there, straight up the middle. Once again, going down into double coverage there. And is that our quarterback, Langler? Yes, it is. Dual position there, playing the backside cornerback position, breaking on that ball, not getting cute, just going up and knocking it down. And that'll bring up a 4th and 9. And looks like Coach made a decision. Coach West, he going for it here.
Oh, you could honestly think quick kick too, maybe. I know McIntosh has done the punting duties, and they do that quick kick play, so could go either way. But I'd like to see them go for it, at least try to create a spark here.
Well, McIntosh looks over. Yep. Gets on the outside, got a little room there, turns up. That right there is where McIntosh did a nice job of getting around that outside and picking up 6 yards. But that's where the receivers got to make sure. Doesn't matter, look like the play's blown up. You got to get a helmet on somebody and make a block downfield. Give your quarterback an opportunity either to go down the edge or go ahead and cut it back into the field right there. But just like that, 2:38 to go here in the first half. And it's going to be a turnover and downs. Ball's going to be placed at the, we'll call it the 38-yard line. So not great starting field position, but you got to be super careful here. This is where if you're humble, you're going to be ripping at the ball. You're going to try to make something happen. On the other hand, a lot of times when you see that, you give up a big play too. And 35-0 is a big hole.
You're exactly right. Saw the Kingwood Mustangs fall into that hole against the Atascocita Eagles last night.
Counter tray there, nothing there. Absolutely blown up right there in the backfield by Isaiah Longino there.
By number 33, Isaiah Longino.
Longino along with Deshaun Wilkins, the two defensive leaders on this front seven for the Humble Wildcats. Seen them made incredible amount of plays this year.
Eagles work back at the
but a little different set they've been going with. You've seen Longino bunt back to linebacker position a lot tonight.
Langler up under center. Going to run the pitch option out there, breaking tackles, and what was a 5-yard loss just turned into a 2-yard gain. And that right there was all, and I mean all, Morgan Lyons doing. But who takes the timeout here? Humble does. They want to try to get this ball back here on the 3rd and 9. I'm Bert Brocker.
My name's Forrest Cox. You're listening to us here on Texan Live.
If you want a real authentic Texas barbecue, you need to come to Tin Roof. We've been doing barbecue for 12 years, and we're just a little mom and pop barbecue joint.
Once again, fans, don't forget
fresh here. We have brisket, sausage, chicken that's cooked fresh every day, ribs cooked fresh every day. We have the world's best turkey, and then we do like 15 side dishes, and the side dishes are all from scratch. On Friday and Saturday night we have live music. We'll have a band playing outside. So if you get a chance, come by and see me.
And welcome back out to Turner Stadium. It's the Barbers Hill Eagles 28, the Humble Wildcats 0. 1:49 remaining here in the second quarter. And Bert, you know as good as I do, Humble needs to figure out a way, get this ball back. They just called a timeout. Get the ball back. Make the stop here on 3rd down.
Yeah, that's one of those dangerous timeouts. You want to take it, reserve time, but you also don't want to give up a 1st down here. So here we go, ball on 39. Langler up under center, brings a man in motion. Handoff straight up the middle right there. And that is not going to pick up a 1st down, only going to get about 4 yards. That's going to bring up a 4th down. Let's see what they do here. Clock running.
I mean, this is kind of where you almost think about going for it, especially with this little time left on the clock and with the lead that you have. But looks like they are going to exchange. Here comes the punt unit out on the field.
Well, I'm a little surprised that Humble didn't take a timeout there. And they're not going to take a timeout. They are actually going to leave the clock running, preserve. I believe they have 2 timeouts left, and try to get this ball back here and find some way to make something happen. Good snap. Punt is on the way, and he gets off a good one. Brown retreating there. He is going to field it right there around 11. Comes straight up field right there. Still on his feet, but is going to just step on the out-of-bounds line there. So it's going to be placed down right there at the 23-yard line. So with 52 seconds, at this point in time, down to 28-0, where they're at in their season, you got to open this up, fire the ball downfield, try to make something happen. This is not where I believe you'll see the Wildcats be conservative. Not with 2 timeouts in their pocket.
I think you're exactly right. You got to do something. Wake that offense up, get them rolling. And just like you said, though, earlier on the drive before this, it's some sort of moral victory to at least score something before you go into halftime.
All right, here we go. 52 seconds to go in the half. McIntosh, 2 receivers to each side. Brown back there with him. Hands off to Brown, straight up the middle. Brown breaks a tackle right there, cuts back. Wow, that is a shoestring. I'm not sure who that was. He doesn't tackle him. Brown is dancing, and that is exactly what the Wildcats needed. Clock moving. They got to hurry it up here.
All the way out to the 37-yard line.
2 receivers to both sides. Brown back there with McIntosh. Handoff again to Brown, straight up the middle. And there's nothing there on that one.
And I'll tell you something I learned, Bert, here a couple weeks ago. Number 29, Timothy Brown, is actually Terrios Brown twin brother. So there's 2 Brown running backs on this team.
Clock ticking, 16 seconds to go here. McIntosh takes the snap, fires out here quick. Has his man, breaks the tackle right there. Going to move the ball all the way down to the 50 with 7 seconds to go.
Finally brought down by Rhett McCall, number 2.
You hear that rain starting to pick up down there again on the field.
I hear it on the windows right here. Takes a snap, looking downfield, has a little time, going to fire deep. Got a man there. Ball going to go just out of bounds. And the sad part was he catches that ball at the 15. They could realistically run one more play. But at this point in time, barring a penalty, you're looking at the old Hail Mary here probably.
You're exactly right. Brown does have a good arm that he can get it downfield, and he has playmaking receivers, so we'll see what happens. You never know.
Handoff straight up the middle there, nothing there, going to gain about 3 yards. So all of our time, today, and unfortunately, I'll just give all the kudos. Keith Isabel, Panera Bread, joined and became part of the Texan Live, I want to say family, here about 3 weeks ago. They are the actual presenting sponsor for all the halftime shows throughout the city of Houston. But more importantly, they have a location right here in Atascocita. Anytime an Humble School District wins, you bring in your ticket, you get an additional 10% off. And I imagine if you go in there and work them hard enough and you bring your ticket in there, they'll probably give in to you. Tell them you heard it on TexanLive.com. We will not have bands here. It's just raining too much. So I'm Bert Brocker.
My name's Forrest Cox. We'll see you here after halftime.
At Panera, we decided a long time ago to avoid the easy road and switch to antibiotic-free chicken. That decision set a lot of things in motion. So now it's not just chickens raised this way. It's more ingredients you can trust. Which has taught us a lesson. Sometimes, what you think is the harder road turns out to be the only one worth being on. Panera Bread. Live consciously. Eat deliciously.
The body is incredibly powerful. It's nimble and fluid. But sometimes we push it too far. That's when you need the strength of Memorial Hermann and our body of affiliated orthopedic specialists. With our Iron Man Sports Medicine Institute, they not only get your body back to where it was, they get it to go further. It's what makes us more than just hospitals. We are a body of experts. Memorial Hermann, advancing health.
I'm Danny Sullivan, owner of Sullivan's Advanced Paint and Body, your home of top quality craftsmanship with hands-on care. We proudly offer a national lifetime guarantee. Stop on by and say hi. You're going to be glad you did. At Sullivan'sAdvancedPaintandBody.com, we're really going the extra mile to make you smile. Sullivan'sAdvancedPaintandBody.com, 22500 Loop 494 in Kingwood.
Register for your sports performance program online at CESperformance.com. CES Performance offers multi-month memberships and team training. Baseline performance testing included with every athletic development program. Schedule your athletic evaluation at CES Performance at no cost or commitment. Be prolific at CESperformance.com.
At Cavenders, we don't just wear the West, we live it.
I live for a good run.
I live for the crowd.
My scar.
7 flat in the short round. My face.
Working with my partner.
8 seconds, nothing less.
Rooting for the bull.
Cavenders. Don't just wear it, live it.
Cerna is a local family-owned business located right on Will Clayton and a one-stop shop for your home, auto, liability, and business insurance needs. Please stop in or give us a call at 281-812-9775. We're also proud to support all of the Humble ISD athletes.
At Panera, we decided a long time ago to avoid the easy road and switch to antibiotic-free chicken. That decision set a lot of things in motion. So now it's not just chickens raised this way. It's more ingredients you can trust. Which has taught us a lesson. Sometimes, what you think is the harder road turns out to be the only one worth being on. Panera Bread. Live consciously. Eat deliciously.
All Spas is so much more than Ace Hardware. Sure, we have nuts and bolts, lawn and garden, faucets and fixtures, lights and locks, even outdoor cooking. But All Spas is also a boutique, featuring the finest names in jewelry and home accessories. But most importantly, All Spas is a friendly, helpful family of people who take pride in their products and services. All Spas is Ace Hardware, and so much more.
I'm Danny Sullivan, owner of Sullivan's Advanced Paint and Body, your home of top quality craftsmanship with hands-on care. We proudly offer a national lifetime guarantee. Stop on by and say hi. You're going to be glad you did. At Sullivan'sAdvancedPaintandBody.com, we're really going the extra mile to make you smile. Sullivan'sAdvancedPaintandBody.com, 22500 Loop 494 in Kingwood.
At Cavenders, we don't just wear the West, we live it.
I live for a good run.
I live for the crowd.
My scar.
7 flat in the short round.
My face.
Working with my partner.
8 seconds, nothing less.
Rooting for the bull.
Cavenders, don't just wear it, live it.
Cerna is a local family-owned business located right on Will Clayton and a one-stop shop for your home, auto, liability, and business insurance needs. Please stop in or give us a call at 281-812-9775. We're also proud to support all of the Humble ISD athletes.
If you want a real authentic Texas barbecue, you need to come to Tin Roof. We've been doing barbecue for 12 years, and we're just a little mom and pop barbecue joint. Everything is cooked fresh here. We have brisket, sausage, chicken that's cooked fresh every day, ribs cooked fresh every day. We have the world's best turkey, and then we do like 15 side dishes, and the side dishes are all from scratch. On Friday and Saturday night we have live music. We'll have a band playing outside. So if you get a chance, come by and see me.
Register for your sports performance program online at cesperformance.com. CES Performance offers multi-month memberships and team training. Baseline performance testing included with every athletic development program. Schedule your athletic evaluation at CES Performance at no cost or commitment. Be prolific at cesperformance.com.
The body is incredibly powerful. It's nimble and fluid. But sometimes we push it too far. That's when you need the strength of Memorial Hermann and our body of affiliated orthopedic specialists. With our Ironman Sports Medicine Institute, they not only get your body back to where it was, they get it to go further. It's what makes us more than just hospitals. We are a body of experts. Memorial Hermann, advancing health.
And welcome back out to Turner Stadium. Just getting ready to start the second half. It's Barbers Hill 28, Humble Wildcats 0. Both teams here on the field here on this rainy Saturday afternoon. Of course, the kickoff time originally supposed to be scheduled 6 o'clock tonight, pushed back to 1 due to all the weather, or the heavy rain and weather supposed to affect the Houston area. So we hope you're listening to us from a safe and dry place, and we wish all of you the best. Everybody have a great rest of the weekend as well. But we still have a whole nother half here to play. Humble finds himself in a big hole. Barbers Hill scored first on a good good 70-yard drive to open the ball game. Humble turned the ball over in in their own territory at the 20-yard line 2 times, a fumble and then an interception. I mean, of course, Barbers Hill in the middle of the second quarter with a good run, or with a good 70-yard drive to score their 4th touchdown of the day. And of course, they now lead it 28-0 is where we are right now.
Number 5, Jeremiah Hatfield.
So Humble set, ready for the kickoff here. Begin the second half. Marco Castillo going to do the kicking for the Eagles. Terrio Brown and Jeremiah Hartfield, back deep for the Wildcats. You know they are a dynamic duo in the backfield. And in the return game, we've seen them return quite a few touchdowns this year.
All right, here we go. Fixing to start the second half. I was down there, I guess they'd call that running my chops. Wasn't paying attention, and looked up and said, hey, this ball game's fixing to start. Here we go. We're underway. Second half. Hartfield takes the ball at the 12-yard line. Got a blocker out there. But once again, the speed of that kickoff return team there, or kickoff team there, of getting downfield. Chase Orzak there, man, just flying downfield. What looks like force are going to be big plays. They just find some way to get downfield. They stay in their lanes. One of the things, and Coach Morton, I remember it like it was yesterday. Of course, I think the back of my head still has knots in it. As the kicker, I was the only one that didn't have to worry about a lane. He wanted me to try to kick the ball out of the back of the end zone every time and run as hard as I could downfield and hit whatever was in sight going downfield. So it worked out real well for my ADD personality. So here we go. McIntosh takes the snap, hands off to Brown, straight up the middle there, breaking off a couple tackles, only going to get about 2 yards. But nice job by him running downhill right there.
And you're exactly right, though, about the whole Barbers Hill team, though. A lot of speed, whether it be on kickoffs, on the defense, and on the offensive side of the ball.
Defense by number 40, Jeremy Hardrawin.
Trips out here to the left, one to the right. McIntosh takes the snap. Going to be a quarterback draw the whole way, but he did not wait on
McIntosh.
Brown there, and unfortunately when he got out there to the left side, there was nothing but white and blue jerseys out there to say hello, and he's going to go backwards. We'll call it 5 yards. Ball going to be placed to the 20, bring up a second down, 13, or excuse me, yeah, is it second down? It should be third down. Third down and 13. Chain Gang is without doubt substitute today. Game was supposed to be at 6, pouring down rain. There we go. Now they move it to third down. McIntosh brings Brown in motion, fakes the handoff, gives to him right there. Got a block downfield, but we just keep talking about the speed and the pursuit of that Barbers Hill Eagles defense, and going to lose 2 yards on that and bring up a third down, and we'll call it 15, or excuse me, 4th down and 15. So Humble will send out their punter.
Loss takes the ball back to the 18-yard line. It'll be 4th and 15.
Bart, we talked about something earlier. Are you surprised with the Barbers Hill record? I am too, but it's one of the toughest 5A districts in football to play in.
Zanza with the punt.
Zanza there gets the punt off. Good one. Filled it right there by about the 41-yard line. Going to return it about 3 yards right there. That ball was fielded by Caden Hendricks. He's going to return it for 3. Ball going to be placed down at the 40, we'll call it 8-yard line. Eagles will get their first possession here of this second half. And, you know, you can go back through the first half. Couple big plays, interception, short field. Eagles had 3 possessions of short field where they went down and scored touchdowns. But even with that being said, this Eagles defense has definitely had the Wildcats number today, not allowing much to happen. And for that reason, they have a 28-0 lead here, 9:48 to go in the third. First possession for the Eagles. Handoff straight up the middle right there. Bunched up, number 34 there. Deshaun Wilkins was the first one in there. Going to give him about a yard gain there, but Wilkins did a nice job there of coming from his linebacker position there, filling the hole. And you know, and that's one of the things about the wing T, power I formation, whatever you want to call it. You box everybody inside. You got the read option. You can hand it to your fullback. You can pull it out. Then you can run to the outside. The quarterback can keep it, or he can pitch it. Boxed up formation, one out wide, way left. 2 people moving there. They reset. Quick pitch out there. Got a seam right there, and he's going to pick up about 11 yards. Wow, that was a real close play to not being good. He threw that ball a long ways out there to Jacob Rogers. Rogers did a nice job of fielding that ball cleanly and then getting out there, being patient, letting his blockers get him the edge, and he picked up 11 yards and a first down.
And that's exactly what that was. Great job executing, blocking, as the Eagle offense has done all game long, blocking phenomenally.
Moving people in motion here. Langler under center. Hands off straight up the middle right there. That's Gobert, and he's going to pick up about 8 yards. We did not have his name earlier. It's Hunter Gobert. He's had 2 touchdowns in this ball game. He's running from that fullback position. That's that first option that the quarterback has. And he's handed the ball to him about 5 times tonight. And Gobert on all 5 occasions has went forward, including a couple of them getting him into the end zone. Here we go, same thing. Brings a man over here, going to reset his offense. Hand off to Gobert again, straight up the middle. Breaking tackles, going to be tackled around the 19, but typically in that particular area, let's see what it is. Going to be a chop block right there, so that's going to be, I believe chop block is 15 yards, but not 100% for sure. Like I said, I'll turn 50 this year. The rules have probably changed a few times since I was there. And it is a 15-yard penalty. Ball going to be placed down at the, we'll call it 44-yard line. Bring up a second down and 14 for the Eagles. And that, like Coach Denny just said down there, that was a big play, and they're still marching back. So that ball's going to go all the way back to the, we'll get it right, 48-yard line. So now you'll have a second down and 18 here. Langler up under center. Fakes the pitch, wants to throw back there. That ball right there should have been picked off, and that should be Carl Jordan should be now in the end zone. There was nobody between him and the end zone. Ball wet, defensive cornerback, our linebacker, and guess what? As Coach said, you play defense for a reason. because the hands ain't always what the offensive players would be. Because
exactly right
I can guarantee, even though he's a cornerback, even though he did a nice job of breaking on that ball, that's one if he fields cleanly, he's still running. 3rd down and 18. Going to run a reverse here. Good pursuit right there. That right there is discipline. That's what we were talking about earlier, staying home. Because if Isaiah Longino would have crashed down, which you typically have the tendency to do, then you allow that backside reverse right there to go around you. And there was nothing but one offensive player, one defensive player. If he gets any kind of block out here, that's a touchdown. So good job by the Wildcats defense. Here's a snap. Gets off another good punt. Brown trying to track it down. Ball's going to kick out of bounds right there around the 18-yard line. And that's where the Wildcats would take over. Forrest, we've said it too many times. Wildcats offense has got to make something happen if they want to get back in this game and have a chance to win it. Because we have 6:48 to go here in the 3rd period. Plenty of time left. But you've got to offensively. Your defense now has held New Caney. Oops, wrong team, sorry. Has held Barbers Hill twice to get your offense back out there. So Humble's offense got to get something going here. McIntosh brings Brown in motion, fakes the handoff, quarterback draw, straight up the middle. Going to pick up about 2 yards. And like I said, we're up here high. We're where the coaches look down and see it from. You know, that's a play that you really, really want to see McIntosh be a little more patient. 'Cause he's not allowing that extra running back to get in front of him and put a helmet on somebody and try to free him up there. He's getting a little bit too anxious to go north and south, and there's just no holes there for him to go through right now. McIntosh in the pistol, Brown behind him. Bobbles the ball, hands off to Brown. I'm sorry, that was number 8, Anderson there. And that ball's going to be fumbled.
And there we go again, the weather playing a big factor. You saw the botched handoff, the botched snap that slipped out of his hands, and boom, ball's on the ground. And there's already their 3rd or their 4th turnover of the afternoon. I think that's their 3rd, but either way, you know, 2 of those turnovers have led to Barbers Hill touchdowns, and this one, you're turning it over in your territory again. Is this one going to lead to another?
Ball on the 17. Looks like they made a quarterback change here. Dylan Griff fumbles the ball right there, ball on the ground, and it looks like Humble's come up with it. And they have. So they make a quarterback change to Dylan Griff. Bad, I don't know if it's bad snap, quarterback exchange, whatever it was, guess what? Ball on the ground, so.
Is that the spark the Humble Wildcats need maybe to get back in this game? But, you know, you mentioned the quarterback change. Griff's is a sophomore, probably never played in this type of a game. I'm talking weather-wise, rain, stuff like that. I mean, you know, boom, one play, and now you find yourself Humble. Momentum kind of maybe be swinging a little bit. Score. Do something to spark your team again.
Well, boys, big a fan as I am of the Wildcats, let's slow her down before we say Mo switched hands. But it's a good start there, Forrest. Hand off Brown straight up the middle, and just like that, that speed and that linebacking spot there just crashing in for the Eagles. And, I mean, literally lost a yard right there. That was number 6, Seth Matthews there, just firing in from his linebacker position.
2nd down 11. Ball at.
Wow. All right, I'm Bert Brocker, and we'll go to break here.
I'm Danny Sullivan, owner of Sullivan's Advanced Paint and Body, your home of top quality craftsmanship with hands-on care. We proudly offer a national lifetime guarantee. Stop on by and say hi. You're going to be glad you did. At Sullivan'sAdvancedPaintandBody.com, we're really going the extra mile to make you smile. Sullivan'sAdvancedPaintandBody.com, 22500 Loop 494 in Kingwood.
All right, we're back here. Bradshaw walks out the field on his own power. McIntosh here in the pistol, 3rd and 11, 3 out the right, 1 to the left. Bobble the snap, going to be a draw play. Brown's got the outside edge there, trying to get to the first down marker. Going to be about 4 yards short there, so going to bring up a 4th down and 4. Coach West made up his mind, guys, let's punt this ball. 5:02 to go here, 3rd period.
I'm going to give a nice assist to one of the Humble coaches down there, Bert, catching Brown as he almost went on the sidelines. That could be a little dangerous once you get to the track here at Turner. Slipping and falling is always a risk in this weather.
High snap there, comes down with it, gets off a good punt. Calls for a fair catch right there. That was number 24. Caden Hendricks there.
46-yard line.
As Coach Denny said, ball going to be placed down around the 46-yard line. So Eagles will take over here 1st and 10 there. Guys, in case you missed it last night, one of the shootouts, one of the best games that I've seen so far this year, and we've seen some good ones. We've seen Westfield and North Shore. Westfield and Manville. We've seen Westfield and North Shore. We've seen some great football this year. But, boy, we had a great one last night. We'll talk more about it here in just a minute. Handoff straight up the middle right there. Power running. Going to gain about 4 yards right there.
On the handoff, Joshua Capesi.
Going to pick up, we'll call it 3 yards, but Crosby had the new Caney Eagles come into town last night. Crosby, Coach Reardon, has his team undefeated, made it 1 game from the state championship, and that game went to overtime last night. Takes the snap, hands off straight up middle, got that seam. That's Gobert again, still on his feet, and he's going to pick up about 16, 17 yards there. Ball going to be placed at the 33. But I want to talk to everybody that's watching or listening to this game today. Every game we do, every game we've done, go to Texan Live, put in your school, and you can go back. If it's a team that we're not covering, if you're not in Humble Independent School District, you can still watch it. You can go back and replay that game. Everything's free on TexanLive.com. Griff's here, takes the snap, handoff straight up the middle right there.
Handoff to Rogers, number 18.
Rogers there is going to get about, we'll call it 4 yards, bring up a 2nd down and 6. Ball going to be placed down just outside the 31. All right, we'll call it 30 and a half there. Pitch out there right there. Got a block downfield by his receiver. Nice job right there, though, defensively of stopping a really big play. That was number 28, Roderick Davis there on the tackle.
Number 3. Brought down by number 28.
And, Bert, we kind of touched on it earlier, too, and it's really great to see. And Barbers Hill kind of finds themselves in a tough spot with the district they're in. With their offensive line, their receiving core, they are all great at executing blocks. And, just some unfortunate things happen this year in a tough district. Is what it is.
Griff's here, takes the snap, hands off straight up the middle there. Still on his feet.
From the fullback position, number 32, Cameron Hendricks.
And I know for some teams down there, too, looks like ball may actually been on the ground. Nope, kind of saw referees waving around. But, their run game is really impressive. You know, you don't really know which way the ball's going with the way their offense is. It can be pitched, it can be optioned, and then sometimes they even sneak up and throw a pass.
No, that's that wing T, power I formation. You know, different calls depending on what different part of the country you are, but it's just in reality a read option, and you have multiple. Here we go. Griff's get up under center here. Hands off straight up the middle again right there. Going to gain about 5 yards on that play. That's hand off again to number 32, Cameron Hendricks there.
Roderick Davis on the stop for the Wildcats. And number 45, Cameron Washington.
Davis. Gain of 5 on the play, ball at the 15-yard line. 2nd and 5.
Minute 45 and ticking here in the third period. Eagles on the drive again, up 28-0 here. Griff brings a man in motion, pitches it to him. Got a blocker. That very easy could be a touchdown. And just like that it is. That is number 3, Joshua Kafrezi. Kafrezi. Want to make sure I say that name right there. Nice job by him. Allowing his blocker to seal the outside and then cutting back to the inside where the lane was. Getting in the end zone. Bobble snap. Kick is up. Kick is good, so that'll make the Eagles 35, Wildcats nothing. Minute 28 to go. I'm Bert Brocker.
My name's Forrest Cox. You're listening to us here on TexanLive.com.
Allspas is so much more than Ace Hardware. Sure, we have nuts and bolts, lawn and garden, faucets and fixtures, lights and locks, even outdoor cooking. But Allspas is also a boutique featuring the finest names in jewelry and home accessories. But most importantly, Allspas is a friendly, helpful family of people who take pride in their products and services. Allspas is Ace Hardware, and so much more.
Welcome back out to Turner Stadium. It's the Barbers Hills Eagles 35, the Humble Wildcats 0. It's been a tough, wet afternoon for the Humble Wildcats. Saw them turn the ball over 3 times. One of them they got lucky and got back to play later, but you've seen 2 of those turnovers lead to touchdowns. They're about to get the ball back here. 1:28 remaining in the third quarter. You send Terrio Brown and Jeremiah Hartfield back deep.
Castillo to do the kicking for the Eagles. Brown, along with Hartfield, deep for the Wildcats.
Here we go. Here's the kickoff. Going to be fielded right there around the 12. Going to be a reverse ball on the ground. Brown picks it up, runs straight back up, still on his feet, breaking tackles. Got one man to beat out here on the edge, and he does that. Cuts back inside, still on his feet. Still on his feet. Then going to be thrown down out of bounds right there by number 33. Very fortunate to not get a personal foul there was Carl Reuter, but still a play that looked like it had potential, hits the ground. Brown picks it up, breaks, we'll say 6, 7 tackles, gets the edge. Nice block downfield right there. Returns it about 30 yards. So this is some of the best field position that the Wildcats will start out with. Minute 8 here to go in the third.
And that was number 28, Roderick Davis, on the big block for the Wildcats that time.
Takes the snap, fires out there. Brown has it, ducks under one man. He's got speed. Is he going to go? He may go. He's at the 30, 20, cuts back inside. 10, 5, touchdown. And no, Forrest Cox, we have not got to say enough of that today. That right there, with this slick field, is what I thought the Wildcats were going to do the entire game. I really believed that they were going to get Brown out in space and find some way for him to make people miss and allow him to make things happen. So Wildcats are on the board, down 35-6, pending the PAT attempt here. Kick is up. Azanza's kick is good. And just like that, Eagles 35, Wildcats 7, 54 seconds to go in the third. I'm Bert Brocker.
My name is Forrest Cox. You're listening to us here on TexanLive.com.
All Spas is so much more than Ace Hardware. Sure, we have nuts and bolts, lawn and garden, faucets and fixtures, lights and locks, even outdoor cooking. But All Spas is also a boutique featuring the finest names in jewelry and home accessories. But most importantly, All Spas is a friendly, helpful family of people who take pride in their products and services. All Spas is Ace Hardware, and so much more.
All right, well, that quick strike offense that we thought we'd see more of tonight, or in this case, 1 o'clock game this afternoon, just scored just like that in a matter of about 23 seconds. So be real curious to not see the onside kick, but that's how he's setting up right here. Azanza to kick off here. It is going to be an onside kick. Ball did not get that third hop that they were looking for. That's one of those things, you know, and when you play in a smaller school, we were 3A, you pretty much kick, return kicks, play defense, play offense. And, you know, that's one of the things. We didn't try the onside kick very often, but, you know, it's one of those plays that from the stands or watching looks really easy. But thing is, your entire job is to kick the top side of the ball, get that ball spinning end over end, so when it hops that first time, then it takes a bigger hop the second time, and it creates havoc. In this case, would not have mattered. Illegal touch by the Wildcats, so they get an additional 5 yards. So the Eagles will take over first and 10. Ball's actually going to be in the Wildcats side, Wildcats field here. So Eagles take over first and 10 at the 48 of the Wildcats. Griff hands off straight up the middle right there to his workhorse. And that's been Cameron Hendricks. Since he's taken over, Hendricks has came in at the fullback position. And Hendricks is a junior, 5'11", 195, and runs hard right there downhill. Picks up, we'll call it 5, bring up a second down, 5 yards. Takes the snap right there, hands off straight up the middle, pinning on a spot. I think he's going to have a first down. That was number 22, Morgan Lyons there. They are going to give him 5 and a first down, so ball will be placed down right there. We'll call it the 38-yard line.
That's the end of the third quarter.
End of 3. Eagles 35, Wildcats 7. I'm Bert Brocker.
My name is Forrest Cox. You're listening to us here on TexanLive.com.
The body is incredibly powerful. It's nimble and fluid, but sometimes we push it too far. That's when you need the strength of Memorial Hermann and our body of affiliated orthopedic specialists. With our Iron Man Sports Medicine Institute, they not only get your body back to where it was, they get it to go further. It's what makes us more than just hospitals. We are a body of experts. Memorial Hermann, advancing health.
At Cavender's, we don't just wear the West, we live it.
I live for a good run.
I live for the crowd.
My scar.
7 flat in the short round.
My face.
Working with my partner.
8 seconds, nothing less.
Rooting for the bull.
Cavenders, don't just wear it, live it.
All right, 1st and 10 for the Eagles. Ball placed down at the 38, going the opposite direction. Griff pitches it back right there. Ball's on the ground. Ball's still on the ground. Ball's still on the ground.
That fumble in the Eagle backfield, giving the Wildcats a chance. Let's see how they...
And they come up with the ball. So that right there proved how slick the ball is, because there were at least 5 to 7 people that had their hands on that football with an opportunity to recover it, and it just looked like it had grease on it for us. It was bouncing around everywhere.
You're exactly right. Rain continues to pour down here at Turner Stadium.
Well, we haven't seen lightning yet, which is a good thing. Maybe to strike on the field here, maybe these Wildcats will find some way to score 28 points here in the 4th quarter and get back to a tie ball game and take this game to overtime. Takes the snap, hands off right there. Got a little hole out here. Nice job right there. And that was Anderson right there doing a nice job of getting that outside. Picking up about, we'll call it about 6 yards, 7 yards. We'll call it 2nd down and 3.
Gain of 7 on the play. It's 6 on the play, 2nd and 4, ball at the 46-yard line.
Anderson in the backfield here with McIntosh. Takes the snap, handoff straight up the middle, breaking tackles right there. Still on his feet. And, Anderson's running really, really hard downhill right there. He's just a junior, so you will see a lot more of him next year.
Ball at the 38-yard line.
And that was Hunter Blystone on the stop for Barbers Hill.
Tackle made by Hunter Blystone, number 15.
McIntosh looking over, trips to the left, one to the right. Anderson in the backfield with him, takes the snap. Quick throw out there to Brown. Brown has it. Woo! Whoa. Number 17 right there, Tyler Colley. Said, hello, Mr. Brown.
That was a big old shot over there on Brown. Barbers Hill's got some big old size on their defense, and Brown not really a huge guy, 5'6", 160. Meeting Mr. Linebacker exactly in Tyler Colley.
The good news is he didn't turn the ball over, because that's one that very easily could have been dislodged there. Takes the snap, hands off right there. Nothing there. Number 16 again. Clay Bellert there, crashing that backside, and literally going to be lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. And he did. Ball going to be placed at 37. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 9. McIntosh, Anderson, 2 receivers to both sides. McIntosh takes the snap. Quick throw out here. Caught. Got one man to beat right there. Breaks it, still on his feet. What a nice job right there by Jackson of fielding that ball cleanly and then making 2 people miss and picking up about 12 yards for a 1st down there. So that'll give your Wildcats another 1st and 10. Ball going to be placed right there at the, we'll call it 23-yard line. McIntosh, Anderson here in the backfield. Moves trips out there to the left, one out here to the right. Takes the snap, handed off right there, straight upfield. Anderson breaking tackle, still on his feet. And the turf monster caught him right there, because thought he was going to manage to break through about 3 tackles right there. But instead, trying to see. Yep, that was a shoestring tackle right there by number 24. Caden Hendricks. Well, ball on the, we'll call it 7-yard line here, 1st and goal. McIntosh, 2 receivers, both sides. Moving Brown around, now moves him over, so we got trips to the left. Takes the snap, hands off to Anderson, big time pursuit right there. Anderson's going to have to struggle just to get back to the line of scrimmage. You know, Forrest, you see that so many times when you get down here and you've got that back man back there, you know, that defense can really get up in the box right there. And, You know, you got a lot of helmets on helmets to create a seam right there, and there was nothing there. He did a nice job, Brown did, to just get back to the line of scrimmage. My bad, that was Anderson. Trips out to the left, takes a snap, quick throw out here. Got a man right there. And that ball's going to be just out of the back of the end zone.
McIntosh pass intended for number 5, Jeremiah Hartfeld, is incomplete. It'll bring up a 3rd and goal, once again from the 8-yard line.
Here we go, McIntosh, 2 receivers both sides. Going to throw this ball, rolls out. Got big time pressure right there. Number 16 there, Clay Bellard there. 6'1", 230. Big boy right there.
And it's been really interesting to see how good this Barbers Hill front 7 is. They've been getting to McIntosh and back when Brown was in the backfield almost every play, and they keep it going this whole afternoon.
Wildcats keep their offense out here, takes the snap, looking downfield, got pressure up the middle, now rolling out. He's going to try to run it the whole distance. Going to make it down the 5, but unfortunately it was 4th and goal from the 16 or 15, and not going to get there. So once again, another turnover on downs. 7:55 here to go in the 4th quarter. I'm Bert Brocker.
My name's Forrest Cox. You're listening to us here on TexanLive.com.
At Panera, we decided a long time ago to avoid the easy road and switch to antibiotic-free chicken. That decision set a lot of things in motion. So now it's not just chickens raised this way. It's more ingredients you can trust. Which has taught us a lesson. Sometimes, what you think is the harder road turns out to be the only one worth being on. Panera Bread. Live consciously. Eat deliciously.
All right, Barbers Hill offense rushes on the field here. Got a little room right there. Going to run straight upfield. Going to gain about 6 yards. Bring up a 2nd down and 4. That was number 22 there. Morgan Lyons.
And Roderick Davis on the stop for the Wildcats. He's been the workhorse in the linebacking core. As you've seen, these Barber Hill runners really get to that linebacking core, which means they're getting about 4 to 5, 6 yards on every play.
Griff's up under center here. Takes the snap, hands off, straight up. That's Lyons again. Going to gain 6 on that play. So that'll give them a 1st down. Ball going to be placed down right there at the 31-yard line. You know, for 7:06 to go in this ball game, Eagles up 35-7. You know, this is one of those games, been raining like crazy. You know, you want to see everybody get out of this game healthy from here out. You know, it's a tough game. The odds of 28 points being scored in 6 minutes is you know, almost a mountain unclimbable. So as a good sportsman and, you know, a company that strives on the upside of all sports, hope we can get through these last 7 minutes with nobody getting injured. Power formation right there. Big hit right there again by number 44, Langston Tunson. And he's had some big hits tonight. Like I said, this defensive line, even though they've been picked apart in particular situations tonight, you know, they have had their backs against the wall a lot. This offense has turned the ball over twice down in the red zone, and the Eagles actually have started 2 of their possessions inside of the 40 of the Wildcats. And, you know, that's just – you can only put your defense in so many bad situations. And they had a 5th possession where they did get out not giving up any points. Griffs takes the snap, hands off. No, he doesn't. Keeps the ball himself. Good read option right there, and he's going to pick up about 13 yards there and another 1st down.
Oh, fantastic run game. Just honestly a fantastic game on the whole afternoon for Barbers Hill. And, you know, Bert, we touched on it earlier, just an incredibly tough district that they're in. They're still fighting for a playoff spot, but
now, actually, Forrest, and you would think that by watching this team, but with having C.E. King, New Caney, Dayton, and of course Crosby in your district, any of those teams, if they get hot, very easily could go a long, long way. Of course, you've seen, the Crosby Cougars reel off. Now, I think it's 8-0. You've seen Dayton last week give them all they wanted, but ended up losing that game 30-20. Last night, the New Caney Eagles, which have kind of come out of nowhere, they have only one loss to C.E. King, but last night they actually tied the ball game up at 35-35. On 4th and 3, Crosby scores a touchdown, Cotton to Netherly, and then on 4th and 6, incomplete pass by Timmy Ware, and the game ends 42-35. Crosby wins. Pitch quick there to number 22 again. That's Lyons again going north and south, and he's going to pick up another first down. Ball going to be placed at the 41.
Led by number 59, Woods. First down yardage at the 41-yard line. Eagles work first and 10 with 4:20 remaining, fourth quarter.
Well, we'll be real close to under 4 minutes by the time this ball snapped here. Griff comes up under center here. Handoff straight up the middle right there. Going to be about a 4-yard gain there. Bring up second down and 6. That was number 32, Cameron Hendricks, straight ahead, north-south. And Hendricks has had a nice little game here since coming in to replace Hunter Gobert at the fullback position.
And Bert, I'm kind of looking over this Barbers Hills roster. This is a fairly young team. They have 30 guys returning next year, including the likes of their 2 quarterbacks in Dylan Griffs and in Skylar Langolier.
Pitches it out there right there. Got a little seam. May get the edge right there. Going to be a flag on the ground. That was number 26, Cameron Schwanke. And he's a junior, so he will be back next year. Let's see what the flag is. Going to be against the Eagles, so that's going to back them up. I believe it's going to be a possession foul, so trying to see exactly where it was at. Looks like the penalty is actually going to occur around the 45-yard line. So I think the ball's going to be placed down. Yep, exactly where it was on the last snap. So that'll bring up a second down and 6 here for the Eagles, and you will be under 3 minutes to go in this ball game here when this next snap takes place. Griff's under center here. Fakes it, going to throw a pass right out there. That ball's going to be underthrown. That'll bring up 3rd down and 6. Pass was intended there for number 22, Lyons again. Katy Tigers days, for those that were listening in earlier, took care of business 56-0 over Straight Jesuit. Cinco Ranch also getting a victory, so that big matchup heading into the 7th. Both teams undefeated right now. Katy ranked number 2 in the state of Texas.
Into that right side. Brought down by Tungsten, number 44.
Well, here we go. Let's see what they're going to do on 4th and 2. Leaves the offense on the field.
2:15 remaining, fourth quarter.
I think you almost go for it, try to pick the first down up, and then run the clock out to end the game.
Griff under center here, takes the snap. Hands off straight up the middle right there, still on his feet. And he almost went right there. That was number 3, Joshua Cofrezi. And thought that may be one that the coach looks up and goes, man, really don't want to see that. Because, these coaches, I'd be real curious to see him not go to the victory formation up here. 35-7, minute 40 to go in the ball game.
On that play, Jeremiah Hartfell, number 5.
Even though he's got a lot of young players out there and a lot of young players that are coming back next year, you know, this is where it puts the coaches in tough situations. You know, you don't want to run the score up, but, man, you like getting your young people some playing time. Straight ahead, quarterback draw just straight up the field right there. Griff just keeps those legs a-churning there. Going to pick up about 5 yards. So now we'll be well under a minute on the snap of this next play. Well, Forrest, give me some of your thoughts of what you saw here today, because I'm going to say it straight up. This Barbers Hill team has been very, very impressive today.
And they really have. I mean, we just talked about it a minute ago. Very young team. I will be really interested to see what they do next year. And, of course, we cover so many of their opponents' games. Of course, the 5A district that all these teams are in. It's going to be really interesting to see how, with their youth, what they can do next year against the likes of C.E. King, against the likes of New Caney, Crosby, Dayton, and the Humble Wildcats again. And, of course, and you also never know what realignment could do and who may get moved around. But this Barbers Hill team is going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Well, that's how your ball game win. Barbers Hill Eagles 35, Wildcats 7. I'm Bert Brocker.
My name's Forrest Cox. Thank you for listening to us here on TexanLive.com.